Hello, my gamer brigade. How y'all doing? Gaming Horseman here, and hopefully this gets out to people. Cause I looked up more Parz, and holy moly, the amount of just views is awesome for the guy. But we left off right before we learned more about the cassowary. If I'm not mistaken, we had just learned about the stonefish. I only did the first 5. I figured in this one we could do the 10, like 5 more. That one's interesting. I don't know about a plant that can hurt you. But yeah, depending on, we might go over to 11 depending on how well, how well it goes, truthfully speaking. I'm interested to see what he has to say about the cassowary. I already know a fair bit about this, and the only reason I know about this creature in the first place is because I played Far Cry 3. And then from there, I learned more about it via just looking stuff up, or Animal Planet, or, well, yeah. They're dangerous.
This bird can straight hit you with a...
Oh, yeah. Before I dive on in the description will be a link to the playlist I'm reacting to, as well as more Parz's channel. So, if you somehow, some way, do not know who this man is, go show them some love. But let's dive on in.
This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Finish him!
Dang.
Introducing the cassowary, a species of ratite native to the land down under. And for once...
Wait, they're actually in Australia? Okay, so I think I asked this question in the last video, maybe I did. My memory is that bad. Does he only cover animals from Australia? Huh. I didn't know they were also... I thought emus were only in Australia. Cassowaries are there too, huh?
Guys, it's not venomous.
Nope.
Can still flatline you though, and I'm going to tell you how. You see, these neon chickens belong to the same family of birds as the emu, and as such share their impressive size, coming in at a solid 79 kilos and growing up to 6 feet tall, meaning the short kings in my 9 kilos
Hold on.
and growing up to 6 feet.
If that is it 6 foot tall, holy shit, she is tall as hell.
Tall, meaning the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo. Makes them stick out from emus. Well, you see, the cassowary is basically a spec ops emu, being twice the weight, highly territorial, and most importantly, coming with a combat knife strapped to their foot. Yeah. That's right, this is a cassowary claw, and it's the reason they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, they
straight dinosaur claw.
These claws are a full 5 inches long.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, honestly, 5 inches, way too big for anything, and especially if it's something that's going inside me. And if you anger the tactical assault turkey, that is exactly what you're gonna
The tactical assault turkey. That is officially what I'm calling it now.
As their go-to defense method is to kick you square in the gut with that kitchen knife and attempt to disembowel you.
Ugh.
And
God damn! I know in zoos, you never want to go into a cassowary exhibit by yourself, so you always have to have like a buddy with you. And I have heard of these shields, these assault shields basically. But look at that thing. Look, I think it leaves a fucking indent. Look at this shit. But chow. Look at the metal where it kicked it. It's fucking crooked almost.
And I mean,
that is crazy.
Even if the kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where you not, a cassowary ran up behind a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button, and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean.
Are you fucking serious?
I mean, luckily he survived, but the fact that I live in a country where at any point I could be hit with a sneak attack by a kaiju turkey is terrifying.
Kaiju turkey, I love that. Is that... Oh my god. How the hell do you get not only snuck up on by a giant-ass bird, how the hell do you let it kick your ass down a fucking cliff? Kicked off cliff. Oh my god, yeah. At the Babinda Boulders in April 2012, tourist Dennis Ward encountered a cassowary that kicked him off the cliff and into the water. Wow. Wow. Next video.
Australia lost a war to emu. Australia lost.
Yeah.
Australia lost a war to emus.
Now, I already knew about this, but I do not know the specifics of how they actually lost a war to fucking emus. You think a gun would be pretty good? Guess not.
But how? How the f*** did we lose an armed conflict with flightless birds? Well, it all started in 1932 when farmers in Western Australia
Old. Damn.
wanted to grow wheat. There was just one major problem. That's emu territory. And emus really like wheat. And coming in at 6 foot tall and 40 kilos in weight,
see,
they can eat
that looks taller than the cassowary, but they're supposed to both be 6 foot tall.
a lot of it. So when breeding season came around, the emus migrated through the farmland, and these poor farmers were overwhelmed by a tyrannid swarm of man-sized poultry, 20,000 emus strong.
How the fuck are there that many emus? I about to say emus. Emus on a fucking continent. 20,000? And they were all like fucking rolling together? Dude, that is a swarm.
These feathered tanks then proceeded to completely steamroll through the fences into the fields and started laying waste to the wheat.
I'm surprised.
The farmers attempted to fight back the initial wave with rifle fire, but their efforts were, putting it lightly, completely useless.
Damn.
This ginormous L made the farmers pretty bloody angry, so they gathered together and went to the government to ask for help. Sir, 20,000 emus have hit the wheat fields.
Oh no.
My mate. And so the government declared the emus enemies of the state and sent in the army to commence the Great Emu War. The entire
Hey, if they're offering that much money per emu, I might just go in.
7th Heavy Artillery Division was deployed to WA, armed with 2 LMGs, 10,000 rounds, and the sole objective to blast any...
I heard them say the 7th Artillery Unit, and I immediately think they're gonna start fucking shelling these emus. That is how much they want them dead. Damn. But no, 2 LMGs.
WA, armed with 2 LMGs, 10,000 rounds, and the sole objective to blast anything with feathers. A little bit excessive for an overgrown turkey, if you ask me. And upon their first deployment, the army immediately ran into a major problem.
Yeah.
Emus are fast.
Yeah.
I am speed.
Really fast, clocking a top speed of 50 kilometers an hour.
Damn! They can run that fucking fast? Like, is that without max speed? Can they go from 0 to 31?
Which meant that once they opened fire, the emus would immediately bolt out of range of their weapons. But they still...
Look at that thing! Imagine that thing running at
They
you.
opened fire, the emus would immediately bolt out of
Look at that shit. Look at it run at
range
you.
of their weapons. But they still took a crack at it, and then immediately stopped when both LMGs jammed after only dropping 12 emus.
Yeah,
This embarrassment
damn.
led the army to retreat and rethink their plan. So a few weeks later they returned, this time mounting the LMGs on trucks in an attempt to run the birds down. However,
I love that image of the orangutan.
this also didn't work, because
Okay.
after figuring out that those trucks meant they were about to be turned into a KFC family bucket, the emus started leaving scout birds who would warn the flock of the approaching trucks, which
Okay.
gave them all enough time to book it before the army even got there. And
Damn! So what, they just had like different emus posted up around the big ass herd as soon as they started hearing the truck, they're like, move!
whenever they did catch the emus, they found out they were kind of... Because emus are mostly feathers, and there's a lot of places you can hit on them without doing any damage, meaning it was taking around 10 bullets for every one bird. So
10 bullets, 1 bird.
after a month of blood, sweat, tears, and 10,000 rounds of ammunition,
I was gonna say, they only had 10,000. Even if... Yeah, that's only 1,000 if they actually are able to kill a emu with each 10 bullets. The thing is 12,000 strong, isn't it? So that's like a fucking sniffle.
the army managed to bring down
That'd be 1,000.
960.
Not even 1,000? That is 40 less than what... Okay, so I guess they just fucked up a couple shots. Okay.
The population was 20,000. This was...
Oh, it was 20,000. I thought it was 12. I don't know why I thought it was 12,000. Damn. That's actually even worse, because it was supposed to be 20,000 divided by 10. Yeah, it's supposed to be like 2,000. They didn't even get 1,000.
An issue, as unlike America, our defense budget is not a bottomless pit. So the army had wasted all that money to achieve absolutely fuck all. So the
to be fair, I understand.
Government just kind of built a really long, really shit fence around the farms and called it a day.
Wow. Great job, government. Nice to know that no matter where you're at in the world, you're always doing what the least possible effort possible.
How the fuck did we lose this? I could have done a better job with a boomerang and a cricket bat.
That I would like to see. Use the boomerang. Go! Do some fucking James Bond villain type top hat shit. Just... Next video.
Kangaroos can and will.
Now, I already know a lot about kangaroos. Well, yeah, I already know a lot about kangaroos. I know they're evil bastards that they like to bite and claw the fuck out of you. They have a claw on their toe, which they use to disembowel you. And they like to perform reverse baptisms. I kind of like watching these, because even if it's something I already know, he puts it in a flavorful way. That's really funny. I'm really interested to see what he says about the giant wallaby.
Kangaroos can and will beat you up. That's right, just because it's not venomous.
The fucking the fucking video of the guy walking up to the kangaroo that has his dog, and he just fucking decks it in the face and gets his dog out, and he walks away, and the kangaroo just stands there looking at him like, what the fuck? I'm gonna pull up that video as I'm talking about it if you don't know, but yeah.
Doesn't mean it can't knock you on your ass, and Australia's most iconic marsupial can do just that.
Oh!
Because they are...
Oh my god! Dude, you are one fuck up away from having a back alley vasectomy.
Way bigger than you think they are.
Yeah, they're big.
With our biggest species of roe coming in at a ridiculous 2.8 meters in length.
I was gonna say, yeah, I know they're fast as shit too.
And with the iconic hop, they've got a vertical jump of 3 meters.
I did not know that.
Honestly, with a stat spread like that, they don't belong in the outback, they belong on a fucking NBA court. As if that wasn't enough, they're also built like tanks, weighing in at a full 90 kilos of roid-raging rabbit muscle. And being able to move way faster than anything that heavy has any right to. Pegging the speedo at a max of 70k an hour.
Yeah, they're fast.
Meaning if you...
Because that's how, because we have deer, Australia's got kangaroo.
Make them angry, a juiced up rat the size of a small car is going to run your ass down and beat the f***ing brakes off you. And I'm not kidding when I say they really will rock your shit, because roos are professional kickboxers.
Yep.
With males routinely fighting MMA to win females.
Did you see the fad ones come in to join?
Because roos are professional kickboxers. With males routinely fighting MMA to win female attention. When they fight, kangaroos will lean back on their tails as a stabilizer and immediately start scratching and kicking the ever-loving shit out of one another.
Oh my god, I want to keep watching these. These are so fun.
And kicking the ever-loving shit
out
of one another.
Game.
And those kicks have enough force to crack bone. And as if getting drop-kicked by a muscled marsupial wasn't bad enough, they also for some reason have the same bite force as a grizzly bear.
What? I knew they bit you and I knew it was strong, but I didn't know it was the exact same bite force. How the fuck's that make sense? How the fuck does something that doesn't... Well, actually, might want to rephrase that, because it might eat meat if it's given the chance to, if it has to. But the mouths, they look complete... The bear's is bigger.
Because why not? Now, even with all of this, there are still animals stupid enough to view a roo as lunch.
Dingo.
Which brings me to the most terrifying thing that they do. When threatened, kangaroos will hop into a body of water and wait for whatever is chasing them to follow them in. Once the predator enters the water, the kangaroo will wrap its arms around their neck and just straight up drown them.
Reverse baptism.
What the f***, man? I share a country with psychopathic tren rats.
Oh! What's... Okay, okay. Yeah, see, I remember I learned about the water thing years ago. It was good. It it really is crazy to me though that something that's it knows to hold your head underwater. It's like, oh, you're drowned. Don't worry, I know you're drowned. Just stay there. Stay.
Touching this plant will...
Okay, this one I'm really interested in seeing. I have never really heard of like poisonous plants. I get, but this says it's the most painful plant. So in my mind, it's gotta be like fucking poisonous. It's gotta be poisonous. Because I don't think there's a fucking plant in the world that would just go shoot its fucking roots at you and Evil Dead your ass. Hopefully not literally Evil Dead your ass. Let's get them.
Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
Yeah.
This is the Gimpy plant.
The what?
Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
I'm dying.
This is the Gimpy plant. A piece...
Gimpy plant? Is it spelled how it sounds, or is there no Y?
Of foliage native to the land down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. Because yeah, no, of course, man, even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me.
Wait, it's not poisonous, it's venomous? Venomous means that it's using it offensively, right? Because a poison dart frog is poisonous because it uses it defensively. Not offensively. How the fuck does a plant use it offensively?
In the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell
Not Australia?
bushes are covered in tiny hairs.
Ugh, I don't like. Ugh. That just made me think of like a spider leg. Ugh, I don't like that.
Upon closer inspection, aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them.
Who was the poor fucker that found that out the hard way? Could you imagine that? You're just walking through, you take your back of your hand and you move the leaf up to get out of your way. Next thing you know, motherfucker, what? Think you get bit by something. No, you just got stabbed.
Thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside
no wonder it's in Queensland if it's fucking stabbing your shit.
Your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin and cause absolutely excruciating pain.
Neurotoxin?
I mean like comedic levels of pain. With one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and
Sorry about the little cut there. Important thing, phone. Important, but not mess with it.
With one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth, and she'd given birth 4 times.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a plant you don't want to fuck with. I'm already liking the video. I'm liking it already. I'm not even done yet with it. Yeah, no, that is something you don't fuck with.
And the fucked up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal.
What?
So this spiteful cunt of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game.
Then why the fuck does it have it? Why does the Gimpy plant have neurotoxin? Okay, that is not how I thought you spell it. You spell it with a G-Y-M-P-I-E. Highly effective, long-lasting defense mechanism against mammalian herbivores. It is believed that the intense venom evolved to deter now extinct giant marsupials and modern rainforest animals. That is a bullshit mechanic.
Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually worse than...
Oh my god! Coyote PSMY. Memory unlocked. Oh my god. My man, why? Oh my god.
Being put in the ground. This is because Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can continue hurting you for literal years after being stung.
That's so bullshit.
This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And
I guarantee you some motherfucker has used this shit as like a torture device on someone. I guarantee it. Let me pull out my gimpy gloves. And somebody thinks, oh, what's that? You're gonna, really? That's the best you got? He's like, yep. And it's just 2 fucking gloves with the fucking leaves stapled to them.
With how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of it, meaning that these neurotoxin-emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin any time that they're moved or disturbed.
That is bullshit.
Constant, chronic, agonizing...
How the fuck? That makes no sense. If you're an animal that attempts to eat this, you're fucked.
Pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here,
oh god,
people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop. This particular
is there really no way to get the needles out? They can't like surgically remove a layer of your skin and do a skin graft over it?
Incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
No! Is that real? I've got to know, is that fucking real?
A few moments later.
Okay, so it said, I was looking it up, reading it is why I went quiet. Documented anecdotes and folklore suggest that people have mistakenly or unknowingly used the gimpy plant as toilet paper. Excruciating pain and, according to legend, fatal consequences. Often called the F4 plant or the devil's toilet paper. Huh. Oh my god, okay, so a widely cited, well-known story from World War II is a soldier who used it and Alt F4'd himself real quick to escape the pain. Wow, that is horrifying.
I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts.
Okay, so this will probably be the last one. Let me check the time real quick. Yeah, this will be the last one for this video. The title's already got me intrigued. I was assaulted by a cow. What the hell? It's only 32 seconds, too.
I have been assaulted by a cow. One of the cows is called Monty, and he...
What did that say? He sometimes walks
I
on
have
rescue
been
what?
assaulted by a cow. One of the...
On a rescue farm.
Cows is called Monty.
Oh, that's cool. Good on you.
And he's an adolescent.
Oh, that's the cow in question? The mugshot of the assaulter?
And I made the mistake of turning around for like 5 seconds. And in that 5 seconds, this 500-kilo cow runs up behind me while I'm sorting out his food and tries to f***ing mount me.
Moo hub.
He nearly f***ing squished me. If I hadn't been hitting legs, I would have been squashed by a horny f***ing cow.
What a fucking great one to end it on. I love that shit. Oh, my wonderful brigade. Could you imagine that's how your ancestors see you go? You get crushed by a fucking horny cow. Wow, that fucking suck. Like, how'd you die? Oh, fought for my rights, fought for my convictions, or fought for this, that, and the other. Oh, I just died by a horny cow. You what? Oh my god, I'm actually tearing. That's funny. Oh my god. That's funny. My lovely brigade, please go in the comments description of my video if you haven't already, and go show love to more Parz. If for some reason, somehow, you haven't already listened to this guy, I'm like a year late to this guy apparently. I'm sad I am, but I'm happy I get to see all this stuff and react to it now with you guys. Oh my god, that's fucking awesome. But my lovely brigade, I'll have to say what I always say at the end of my every video. Go show love to the original. Gotta have a yawn in for that for extra authenticity, you know? And I'll see y'all in another one. See ya. Bye-bye.